Good evening, everybody. This is the Nerdist Queen, known as Bliss. I am actually, I wanted to talk today about internet etiquette um, when it comes to dialogue and communication. Um, I've had several conversations through the years. And we get our feelings hurt. We go into debates and arguments. And, for starters, every uh, debate and dialogue doesn't have to end up with people, you know, uh, getting their feelings hurt. People today, I noticed, are cruel. What is wrong with some people? My hair is kind of. What is wrong with some people? I mean, can't we all just have a conversation? Can't we just converse without, and have differences of opinions without actually getting mad with one another? I mean, we can do this. I mean, we're all adults, and, we don't have any business conversing, you know, with kids online. I mean, personally, me, I don't, when kids ask me, questions about deep topics, it's like, I talk to them, and they have to constantly ask me, well, what does that mean? And what does that mean? And I'm like, I don't know how to bring it down to their level, so I have to bring them up to my level. And I constantly have to be like, go to the dictionary and look that up. No, look that up in the dictionary, because I don't know how to bring it down uh uh to a simpler meaning for them. I don't know how to do that. So I have to, constantly be like, we'll go to the dictionary and look it up and you'll know. So I don't really talk to, you know, kids online, and we don't have any business conversing with them online anyways. So 9 times out of 10, we're all adults. And you know there might be some 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds online, but then they gonna have to catch up too. But we have to be an example for them. I'm in my 30s, so catch up with me. you know um i'm I make mistakes. I can get into, little back in maybe a few years ago, I might have gotten to a little, argument with somebody, online, that pride thing. But, then I had to look at it like, what am I doing? I'm what we don't have to get into this one upmanship. And it wasn't, for me, it wasn't a one upmanship. It's like, are you not seeing I'm not arguing you? We can have a debate without actually arguing. I'm not arguing with you. Why are you getting mad? This is actually what I'm trying to say. So why are you coming at me like that? But I actually was speaking to a man, a gentleman, yesterday, and he was like, we were actually talking about some things. We were discussing some things. And he's like, I'm not trying to get into a debate with you or an argument. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not there. There's I'm like, what's wrong with debating, and what's wrong with arguing? There's no negative emotion behind what I'm saying. Usually people look at me, and I'm really quiet. I'm really observant. I'm more of an introvert. I don't really like being around a lot of people because I get a lot of feedback, coming from these people, like, but anyways, let me finish telling you about the dude. And, I had to tell him, there's no, 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 no. We have to do this. We have to be able to sit in a room, you know, with one another, even if it's an online discussion, because that's how we are communicating now. The world's changing, but we also have to be able to sit in a room and converse with one another without without being offended. We have to be able to, tolerate strong opinionated people. You know, see, like with me, I'm very quiet, I'm very observant, you know, and I really want to listen to everybody before I give my opinion. And usually when I do, I think I surprise people. I think they're more or less like, we didn't even know she could talk. We didn't even know she had an opinion. We didn't even know she could think. We didn't know that, she had this information in her head. All we thought was all we thought she cared about was makeup, food, and because I like to cook. I like to eat, but I like to cook too. All we thought she cared about was clothes, makeup, perfume, and all these other things. But, I'm a pretty well rounded individual, I care about my spirit. I care about, what's going on with the economy. I mean, I don't really you don't need to know what I know. And so, it's important to what we are discussing. So but I'm an introvert. So I don't really like being around a lot of people because there's a lot of feedback, and I can, basically I know I can pick up a lot of stuff. And sometimes that's too much information that I'm picking up. So, you know, I used to like going out. I was a party type, but as I got older, this gift of mine, it picked up even more. And it scared me because I didn't know what it was. I had no clue. All I knew is I was picking up stuff. And I had no clue and no idea what it was and where it was coming from. I was 21. I always had dreams. Always had dreams and they would come true. And it was funny at first. I would like be with my boyfriend. And I kid you not, my 4 year, I would be with my boyfriend and I would have dreams about him. And he'd be like, well, it sort of happened like that. But like we were so close, like I knew, and he drank beer. He drank OE deuces, and I could tell when he opened the beer. I could tell because I could smell it. Just crazy, right? But I could smell it. He would have my car, and I would be at work, and I knew when he opened the beer because I could smell it. But on my 21st birthday, a friend of mine, a male friend of mine, we were really, really close. And I know he probably can't watch this anymore because I made my page private. But he would come out, he came over to my house to bring me my 21st birthday present. And and I don't know, like I was really, really happy, really excited. I was going to party. I was just going to party. I didn't even have any set plans. All I know is I was going out. I was going to party. I think I was gonna hang out with a few of my friends. Like I had I hung out with different crowds. So I had friends that didn't even know about each other. So I think I was gonna go hang out with one group of my friends and then go hang out with another group of my friends. But I was really excited. I was 21st birthday. I mean, I could legally show I got in anyways, but I could be like, here, see my ID. So but he gave me my present. I remember he was sitting on my couch. And so I was like ready for him to leave so I can just start getting dressed to go. And he was about to leave and I touched his arm. And it was like an electrical shock. And it went through my body. And it was like, oh. you know? And I was like, I felt this feeling came over me, and it was pure dread. Now it's my 21st birthday, so I'm all excited, I'm all happy. And I knew it wasn't me. And so I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's going on? And I couldn't go out. I didn't even want to go out after that. There was no going out for me. So I'm like, what's going on with you? And he's like, what do you mean, what's going on with me? I'm like, what's going on with you? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, listen, I just touched you and this feeling came over me. What's going on with you? Because it's not me, because I'm happy. It's my birthday. That's not me. What's going on with you? So I found out that he was contemplating suicide. And I stayed with him all night. And I didn't leave him that night. We spent my whole birthday together, which I don't regret. Um, so uh, that's why I don't like being around a lot of people now, especially that I've gotten older, because I can pick it up and I can't watch everybody. I can't. Sometimes I don't know where it's coming from. But when I'm in a room full of people, I listen to people. I pay attention to everybody, you know. But we have to learn how to communicate with one another. And I decided to become a communications major so that I can learn how to communicate with people a little bit better, because I am quiet. I do sit back and I do watch people, but I had a problem communicating, what I wanted to talk about. So, I did it for myself, but I also did it for other people as well. So, some tips that I picked up along the way is we communicate to be heard, but we have to communicate to uh, listen to people too, to get something done. And if we are going to get something done, we have to have a purpose in our communication. And we can't just want to be heard. We can't just always want to be right. We have to learn, from other people too. And when we're building with one another, we're also building to destroy. you know, to destroy old patterns and old ways of thinking. And sometimes our way of thinking isn't the right way. You know, I have to look back on all the things that I used to think and all the things that I used to, you know, I think David Banner said, he contradicts himself a lot because he grows a lot. And that's what we have to realize, is that we are going to contradict ourselves because we're not, we learn and we grow. And as we learn and we grow, our opinions change, our knowledge is going to change how we think. And building with someone, we don't build with someone to be like, well, I'm right and you're wrong. No, we build with someone to build a house so that we can make it a home. But if we're constantly building with someone just to be like, I'm right, you're wrong, the house will never get built. Okay, and this is Bliss, the Nerdish Queen. I'll come back at you soon. And don't forget to visit the website and read the blog and check out some poetry at www.therawtruth. I'm sorry. That's so funny. I'm like, what am I talking about? It's www.therawtruth.rocks. Yeah, that's it. www.therawtruth.rocks.